Hi again, it's Joe from Joe and Colleen's Driving School, and I want to just talk a brief moment about a little experience that my family and I had. Colleen and I have four kids, three boys and a girl. We were going to the Safeway one day, and our two youngest boys were riding their bikes, and we were trying to teach them to stop and look before they crossed the road. Of course, they're only 4 and 6 years old, and so they were on the sidewalk with us, and they both had different approaches to obeying the law there. The older one, he went right up to the edge, stopped, like dead stop, and then looked. And then he was with the those of us in the front, so we started crossing. And our younger one, he's coming on the bike there, and he's slowing down and he's looking all around, slowing down, but he never did stop, and he just kind of kept on coming. But you know what? Both of them, there were good things about what both of them did, and I just wanted to talk about that. And some negative things about what they both did that I need to talk about. And I'm talking about in the context of stop signs. When you go up to a stop sign, you do not wait to the last second until you've stopped the vehicle before you look. You just don't do that. It's not going to be effective. On the other hand, you can't just go up to the stop sign, slow down, take your look, take a whole bunch of looks, and just keep on going either. So when you're going to do your stop, do a combination of what both those kids did. Look well in advance, like Kevin did, the second one, well in advance, and make a real stop, like Jeffrey did. Okay, but do them both. Just being like one is not good enough. Okay, I don't want to take a whole lot of time to talk about that, but really, it's very important that you scan the area and you do your thinking before having to make a decision. Okay, and one other thing before I move on with today's lesson about assisting one another to pass and all that is you'll notice on all my videos I've got one instrument or another sitting over there in the corner, and I just need to say that there is a guy who I love taking guitar lessons from, and his name is Justin, and I believe he's Australian. He's got tons of instructional videos, and he is just so awesome as a guitar teacher and a music teacher. And so I kind of am doing my best in my own little way to kind of emulate his kind of homemade video style, but he's excellent. He's a pro for sure. So I like to have instruments in the background and play them when I'm not working and that sort of thing. So just to comment about that. That is in honor of Justin. So let's talk about parked cars and what do I do around parked cars. Okay, here's a parked car right there. So this is going to be for my second picture. Okay, right now we're going to work on this picture here. So there's a parked car, and I have here's another car, and this is a brush, and here's my phone. This phone here is going to be me. So here's a car coming this way, and I'm going this way. Now he's way up the street. Let me get in the picture here, and I'm way down here. What can we do to assist one another to pass? Well, if I'm coming down here like this, I can move in like this. I can go over here, and I can get into here, and I can kind of wait my turn. You know what people do? They want to get over, and this is where practice in the car comes in. we're driving down the street, you know, there might be parked cars and stuff, so they're moving over. Like we're going to pass this parked car, so we have to be kind of in the middle. And we see a car coming. My student's natural inclination is to go way over here like this and get stuck. You don't have to do that. In fact, it's highly recommended you don't do that. That's where that looking in advance comes in. So you're driving down, oh, you see a car coming. Well, okay, we're going to move over to allow that car to come in. We're going to move over like this and give the car enough room to pass. And here I got to grab my brush again. So there's our car. We're positioned. We're not penned in behind this parked car. And then this guy can just go along like that. We've waited. Now we signal, mirror, shoulder check. We move back out and we're on our way. And then we signal, mirror, shoulder check back, depending on how big the next space is. Okay, so yeah, 80 to 90% of the time we'll let the other person pass first. But is there another way for this to happen or to play out? Absolutely. This person here, I'm going to just go over here. This person here who's driving this way, now maybe they see you coming and they want to let you go. So this is where you, being the phone, have to be watching and thinking. If you're not watching and thinking, you might see that person at the last minute and then go in here when this person has already signaled you to go. So let's turn back the clock for a second. This is you, you're driving, you're scanning. This guy appears to be stopped. Yes, you'll need to look again. Yep, he's stopped. He's letting you go. Okay, you go in there like that. You signal in. You might wave at that person. Or you might flash your brights at that person to say thank you. And then he can go. But that is one of the rules that is so misunderstood. In fact, to be honest, I talked to people my age about what the rule was when we were learning to drive, and I am not even certain what the rule was back then. As far as I know, it's always been assist one another to pass. And hopefully this little demo here with the flip chart paper and so on, it is going to at least give you an idea of what to do. Okay? So that's share the road and assist one another to pass. You really have to be paying attention when you're driving on side streets. Okay, so one other thing, I guess I have time to talk about it now because we're only at about 8.5 minutes. When you're driving down a side street, like so, if there are great big spaces, I'm talking maybe 8 houses, 8 or more houses, then yeah, you can come back in. But if there's just little spaces like 2, 3, 4 houses between the parked cars, you don't wiggle in, you don't go down like that on the road. You only go back to your own side when there's a fairly big space. Okay? And I'm going to put a number out there, like I said before, about 8 to 10 houses. Anything more than that, for sure, you want to be able to get back to your own side. But if there's small spots, that's not expected that you zigzag in and out of cars. Okay? And then one final thing for this lesson. When you are going down, you may, if you have to move more than a meter off of a straight line, then you have to signal. You have to signal, put your signal on. You have to mirror check, shoulder check. And if it's safe, then you move out. Okay? You can't just go down there without doing any checking. If a collision ever happened, they will say, "Did you signal, mirror, and shoulder check?" They'll ask you straight out. So, and you may think that you did shoulder check, but if your shoulder check was ineffective, then according to the law, you didn't do it. It's as simple as that. Okay, so there's another thing that we need to fine tune in the car: signaling, mirror checking, shoulder checking, and of course you have to do that well in advance as well. Okay, so I'm going to leave that lesson, put that lesson to bed for now, and you have a great day, and I shall see you soon. Take care. Bye.